overnight cues impact our own markets. Our research team is joining in with how the trade setup looks like and the stocks that are likely to be in the news, along with the F&O setup as well. First up, Vivek is joining in to get us all the market cues that you need to watch out for. Vivek, good morning. It seems that the street is on the edge ahead of some very important data. How's the setup looking like this morning?
Well, good morning. Absolutely right. Right on edge. Thin volumes, headed towards the end of the year. So a lot of very thin trade volume across global as well as Indian equity markets. Like you mentioned, Wall Street given a very muted handover. Dow down for the fourth straight session. Nasdaq, S&P both down for the second straight session. Oil prices, after the Chinese stimulus data, has seen a bit of a spike up. Yesterday, largely steady, largely flattish. Brent hovering around the $72.5 a barrel mark. Gold prices are at a fresh 2-week high. Now, coming to the Indian markets yesterday. Indian markets yesterday ended largely flat. It ended off the day's low, given the fact that there was a last hour buying that you actually saw from the lows of the day. When you're talking about the broader end of the market, that actually outperformed, helped market breadth stay quite positive. IT stocks were the top sectoral gainers, while when you're talking about one particular pocket that did see very high volatility, it was the insurance pack, and within that, LIC was one particular stock that did see some significant weakness given the fact that the November operational data was quite muted. Key to watch today, primary market activity, 3 fresh IPOs are coming today open for subscription. That'll be something important to watch out for. Like you mentioned, Asian markets GIFT Nifty indicating a muted start for our own markets.
Muted start. We'll keep an eye out on that, Vivek. Thanks a lot for that. Over to Vamakshi, who would list out the stocks you need to watch out for today. Vamakshi, good morning. What's on your list?
Well, good morning, Hormaz. Let me first start off with Asian Granito. They've entered into a JV agreement with Shuddh Investments and Klein Stone Limited. They will be acquiring shares of Klein AGL, which is a JV company, in order to do trading business of large porcelain slabs, all types of tiles and quartz products. Watch out for office space solutions as well. Sources suggest that BISC, Link Investment Trust and Peak 15 Partners Investment is likely to sell nearly 12.2% stake in the company via block deals. The floor price for the deal has been set at 680 rupees per share, which is coming in at a discount of almost 5.2% to the closing price yesterday. Overall, the size of the deal is expected to be at 583 crores. HG Infra has received an LOA from the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways for a project worth 763 crores. NTPC Green, its arm NTPC Renewable Energy, has won a 500 megawatt solar power project in an e-reverse auction conducted by SECI, which is the Solar Energy Corporation of India. They will be setting up an energy storage system along with the contracted solar capacity. Ashiana Housing, the Directorate General of GST Intelligence, has conducted search at its premises in Bhavadi. LTI Mindtree has announced a partnership with GitHub Forge to accelerate AI-driven software engineering. Indian Overseas Bank has received order confirming a refund of almost 1,360 odd crores from the Income Tax Department for assessment year 2015-16. And lastly, keep an eye out on BEML, and that is because the company has bagged order from the Ministry of Defence for supply of 50-ton trailer for contract value of 83.5 crores.
Thanks a lot for that, Vamakshi. And finally, over to Mangalam, who's joining in with cues from the F&O space. Mangalam, good morning. Respecting the range is the Nifty so far. What's the setup on the F&O side looking like?
Well, during December, one typically thinks there is consolidation, there isn't much movement, there isn't much work, etc. And if you add winter Bombay to December, then the markets are in a bit of a snooze. That's exactly what's happening on the Nifty, down about 9 points in yesterday's trading session. But if you look at it, over the last 3 trading sessions, which includes last Friday as well, the Nifty's range has been, 130, 125 on an average, 150 odd points itself. And on a base of 25,000, it's less than 0.5%. If you look at, the channel on which the Nifty is as well, you have, the 24,751 high on December 6th, 24,678 high yesterday. Yes, there is a range, but that range is slowly coming lower. So that is something we need to keep an eye out on. Nothing really to worry so long as this data point stays put, which is the FII buying and the DII buying in cash market. Of the 7 sessions that we've had in December so far, 5 of them have seen FIIs buy in the cash market, close to 13,000 crores in this month itself. But they've, trimmed some positions in index futures. They've unwound some 6,500 long contracts, added about 2,500 short contracts. That too is not a big worry because at the start of the series, they were net short by about, 33%, or at the same time, we had seen the net contracts at around 1.18 lakh. That has now come down to sub 50,000, and long positions have increased from 33% to 43% itself. What is the range down that the street is playing for? 24,600 call has a premium of 113, telling you 24,708 is a bit of a resistance zone. At the lower level, 24,600 put has a premium of 120 rupees. So telling you again, 24,480 is an important support, and that magically or miraculously ties up with the 50-day moving average and the 100-day moving average on the index as well. were you to expand the range and perhaps sell the straddle, which is 24,600 call and put together, the range would expand a little from 24,400 to 24,800 itself. That's the broad range. So let's talk about specific stocks because those are, more active in trades lately. Nykaa saw a lot of long positions being added. LIC after the week monthly insurance data, first month in F&O, saw a lot of short positions being added. And Metropolis, we had pointed out the possibility of entering F&O ban. It's gone ahead and entered F&O ban in today's trading session.
Mangalam, thanks a lot for that F&O setup for the day as well. Time for a short break. Up next, we get you highlights of an interesting conversation with Ramdev Agrawal and Bharti Airtel's Akhil Gupta from the Motilal Oswal Wealth Creation Study. Stay tuned.